Welcome everyone to Clash Royale League Asia 2019 Season 1 live from Seoul, Korea. My name is Simon. With me is Ending. We had a crazy day yesterday. Every game went straight down to the King of the Hill. What did you make of it?
Not just King of the Hill, though. We went all the way to Game 5 of King of the Hill for all 3 matches. And you know what that means? That means yesterday's matches were epic. We had one of the longest day of Clash Royale League with no technical issues, just full of games, full of exciting comebacks, upsets here and there. You know, we were talking about how Yu-Gi-Oh! We thought he was a zombie. Like, he just, like, oh my gosh.
Just didn't
want to die.
Yeah, he looked dead so many times. And I even said yesterday, like, even though he lost, I was still working out ways that he could come back and win because he was just that good. Even though the game had finished, we were still trying to figure out how he could win it. It was insane. But today, we have some incredible games. First off, we're going to have Detonation Gaming and Ponos, but all this is going to come up. One I'm excited for, OP.GAMING versus Kingzone Dragon X. The Expo Master playing against his former team. I'm so excited for that. But before we get to that, let's take a look at the standings. Game with sitting pretty at the top of the table, 6-1. And Ponos on the other side, 5-2. We were saying yesterday, Group 1 looks like first and second is pretty much secure. Third is a little bit of a battle between OP, Talon, Sandbox, Detonation Gaming sitting right at the bottom of that table. But look at Group B. Everyone is so close.
Exactly. You know, it's not much of a difference compared to Group A. We have Ponos and Chaos Theory and Kicks with 5-2. That's crazy. The top 3 teams, the numbers and the placements are a little bit different because of the head-to-head, set and game at the top right. You can see how we kind of differentiate the tide for the teams, especially in Group B. But still, as you were saying, Group B is so close together that depending on what happens every single day, not even about the week, every single day can swap and change the rankings of Group B especially. But here we go with today's matchups that you are so excited about.
Yeah, Detonation Gaming and Ponos. Detonation Gaming not playing very well, but my goodness, whenever they seem to play against Ponos, they always seem to do incredibly well. This is talking about last season as well. Detonation Gaming always seemed to be one of the weaker Japanese teams, but they always gave Ponos a run for their money. Then we have Game With and Kicks. That should be incredible. We had Onion yesterday losing the 1v1 and then just all killing. Who did he kill yesterday? It was
Onion?
Yeah, Onion. Who did Onion all kill yesterday? It was so long. Talon.
Oh, yeah,
He all killed Talon. Just ridiculous.
Crazy.
And then OP.GAMING and Kingzone. But look at these guys. We have Hane x Hane. Lewis, who used to be the coach of this team, no longer is. Pyrameki, Rhea, and Tempora. Are they going to be able to come back and start turning this season around, or do you think they're going to languish at the bottom of the table?
But to be honest, just by looking at the players, we do see some familiar faces. You mentioned about Lewis being a coach in the previous year. We've seen Rhea kind of come back in 1v1s as well as King of the Hills against some stronger players. But today, we'll have to see who comes out to play, because for this team, we do have, kind of in a way, a set player for 2v2 and 1v1, but let's take a look at Ponos for now. We have Tengad, Raiki Jones, Rad, Kota, and Mikanboya.
What a team. We were saying last year that Ponos was practically the dream team of Japan, right? They picked up Kota. They picked up Rad from Fav Gaming, and they had a bit of a shaky start. Right? They've had a few games where they have lost, but it's all starting to come together for them. They are starting to win. But the thing about these guys, they are always super excited to be getting on that stage, to be playing in front of everyone, to be playing in front of the thousands and millions of people who are watching right now.
Exactly. And, just the fact that, we were talking about yesterday where you could get nervous, stage fright, and everything that comes with it by being on the stage. These guys, both these guys, or most of these players, but especially these 2 Japanese teams, they are never nervous. They are always excited to play. Let's look at the entry today.
Yeah, the bans. We see the Miner and the Tornado in 2v2. Pyrameki and Hane banning that Miner. Interesting for 2v2. We do see a lot of Miner, but Is it really an effective card to ban? We'll find out. Tornado, standard 2v2 ban. And then in the 1v1, we have Musketeer being banned and Electro Wizard. We don't see Musketeer getting banned all too often.
Yeah, we rarely see. I think we saw it just once this season so far. After, throughout this whole 5 weeks. E-Wiz is also another card that I don't think in Clash Royale League Asia that we've seen a E-Wiz being banned in a 1v1 yet. So I think that 1v1 ban just tells us, especially with the E-Wiz, I think they want to play heavy decks and they don't want the E-Wiz to cancel out. Oh, actually no, the other way around. So they don't want to play heavy decks because having the E-Wiz could cancel out the Infernal Tower, but now that they don't have the E-Wiz, they might have to play a little bit of a cycle deck with the Earthquake. It's possible, but getting back to that 2v2, the Miner and Tornado ban is just saying for both sides, like, all right, we're not gonna do the chip damage fight that we usually do. We're just gonna get rid of that small teeny weeny chip fight is gonna be out of the way. We're just gonna play big fat decks or super fast cycle decks. We'll see what they bring out.
I'm going to guess most likely it's going to be the super fast cycle decks because
super fast.
Yeah, both these teams seem to enjoy it, especially last year. Japan dominated with Spellbait. Absolutely dominated in everything with Spellbait. So I'm expecting more of that now, but we have 3 seconds before we get into it, before we find out what decks they're going to bring. But the thing about 2v2, it's near impossible to judge what kind of decks they're going to bring.
Exactly.
Anything works.
Yeah.
Will we see Bomber? Will we see Elite?
You've been saying
Elite
this.
Barbarians? Who knows? We can see anything.
All right, a little bit of a secret. We have seen the E-Barbs during our rehearsal. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but rehearsal didn't include these teams. Rehearsal was production staff. All right, so we're going to get into it. We have Ponos in red at the top and Detonation Gaming in blue at the bottom. Now, no one is really making a move. There's a zap just to cycle out, just to get rid of it.
And also, right before we get, actually into the game with big action, Pyrameki, he's only played 2 games of King of the Hills. No 2v2s yet, no 1v1s this season. So we'll see if Hane plus Pyrameki stepping in for 2v2 will work out or not.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this 2v2 pairing, but we've seen a lot of Mikamboya and Tenga. 3 and 1. Incoming Prince Charge into the Giant Skeleton. Musketeer at the back to help clean all of that up. Bats 2. And this Giant Skeleton is going to continue his walk forward, but it is very doubtful he will get to the tower. But you don't need him to. What you want is for that to clean up the Dark Prince. Beautiful. The Giant Skeleton there, forcing the Hog Rider away from the pull range of that bomb tower. Got a lot of hits in, 1,359 remain. That was a great push there for Detonation Gaming.
Yeah, other than the early zap, Ponos, they haven't done anything to touch Detonation Gaming's towers yet, so we'll have to see what happens. But this Giant Skeletons, they're going to allow it to just get rid of the tower. The death damage will finish. I think Ponos, we saw Mikamboya kind of point with his fingers. They want to just commit to the right side with the golem.
That Giant Skeleton actually gets all the way to the tower. That's going to be an extra 1,000 damage onto that King Tower. And will they be able to defend?
Gosh.
I don't think Ponos is spending enough elixir to justify losing that tower here.
Well, right now, we did see double Earthquake. So look at the Princess Tower already kind of under 1,000 HP. We do have all of the death damage going in, and it does go down.
It does go down, so it is worth it in the end. The Hog Rider not pulling the Prince as far as it could have. I guess if it went over the bridge, if it walked across the bridge, the Prince would have followed completely. Yeah. But because it jumped, it loses that engage, walks out of range, no dice. But again, they reload. Lumberjack here. There's the Hog Rider, and it actually connects to the tower. Under rage again, 1,320. They are getting some excellent Hog Rider connections here.
All right, so we do see the commitment to the left side once again by Ponos. We do have that Earthquake going through, doing a bit of a damage to the Princess Tower, getting rid of the Infernal Tower here as well. The Zap gets rid of the bats. All the death damage from the Golem and the Golemites will go in to that Princess Tower.
Yeah, but the Giant Skeleton, it actually survives. It was so close to dying there, but it is going to die to one shot from the tower. There we go, and that Death Bomb is not going to get any work done for Detonation Gaming. Snowball comes in, taking out those bats, and we have the Giant Skeleton. Double Hog Rider behind what is going to happen here. Both Hog Riders actually go, but then they get to the tower. They're underage. Are they going to be able to get it?
Wow.
No. 690 remain. This is close. This is Detonation Gaming proving that they know how to play against Japanese teams. This is ridiculous.
Well, it is Japanese versus Japanese team, and we do have the Golem in the pocket, not to go to the Princess Tower, but go straight for that King Tower.
Oh,
we have that Baby Dragon still alive in the back with the Lumberjack.
That is the power of the Giant Skeleton in 2v2 on the defense. Took out nearly everything that was behind that Golem, but Ponos are going for this 3 crown. They have both towers down. They can go either side. However, for Detonation Gaming, they need to go on the right-hand side. The Hog Rider comes in. There's the bomb tower. There's the Earthquakes. 2 Earthquakes again. Is the Hog Rider going to get a hit? Beautiful snowball stopping that. But that death damage again.
Pocket Hog Rider.
Clears everything out. Rage doesn't get the hit.
Oh, the freeze! No!
Slightly too late on that freeze. Are they going to be able to defend this now? They lost 4 elixir from a wasted freeze. The Inferno Tower pulls the Golem over to the left. The Lumberjack and the Bats are there to try and clean that up. Zapped away. Is that Golem going to get to the tower? Not the first time. The Golemite is though. 1 Golemite on the tower. Snowball pushes it away. It's looking like Detonation Gaming have the advantage here. Double Earthquake into Log takes the first game here. Is this the resurrection? Is this the turnaround for Detonation Gaming?
It is possible. We were talking about how Pyrameki came into this being the first time playing 2v2s with Hana, or just 2v2s in general this season, and we did see a critical mistake with that freeze. I think if that freeze went in earlier, getting the King Tower and the Princess Tower, that Hog Rider with 1 hit, 250, it could have been game earlier. However, even with that mistake, Detonation Gaming was able to defend it perfectly by pulling that last Golem that Ponos put down to drag it to the Princess Tower and go for that double Earthquake Log to finish it off. So props to them. Even with a huge mistake, they were able to come back from it.
I wouldn't say it was a huge mistake. It was kind of a small mistake, but I mean, Ponos giving up that tower was very, very costly.
Yeah.
I think, personally, I would say that would be not a good trade in that situation, but I don't know what was running through Ponos' head. Maybe they had an idea that it wouldn't take the tower, or maybe it'd just take the tower and they could build up that push, but they never really built up behind the Golem enough elixir to justify losing that tower again.
Yeah, but eventually they did tie it up, so it was kind of alright, I guess, even like as you said, it didn't seem as if they committed enough, but they were able to get the tower down, so we'll let it slide kind of thing. But either way, at the end of the day, we had a little bit of a faster cycle coming from Detonation Gaming, which allowed them to keep in control of that game. We'll see what happens in game 2.
Yeah, will we get to see the Giant Skeleton again? That card is so good in 2v2 purely for the amount of damage that Death Drop does. Clears out nearly everything.
It does.
All right, we see a Golem and a Lumberjack again. And this looks like it's going to be a complete repeat of the last set. This time, the Giant Skeleton is on defense. The Lumberjack behind the Golem here. And the Hog Rider on the opposite side. Is it going to be uncontested? There is the Dark Prince. Getting a couple hits on the Hog Rider. Just enough. 1,742. Beautiful Earthquakes here to stop that Inferno Tower from taking out the Golems, but still drops before getting a huge connection on the tower. 1865 remain. The Inferno Dragon goes down. They reload with another Hog Rider. Bomb tower this time. Will we see the Earthquake come in? The Earthquake is down. That takes out the bomb tower, but the E-Wiz beautifully placed there just to make sure that Hog Rider gets nowhere near that tower.
Exactly. So right now the Giant Skeleton on the right side earlier from Detonation Gaming, it was purely for defense, obviously. But the damage trade before that secondary Hog Rider came out from Detonation Gaming, the damage trade was pretty even. But since Detonation Gaming once again has a little bit faster cycle compared to Ponos, they were able to kind of chip down a little bit more with one more Hog Rider going to the left side. Once again, it's going again. So if this continues, Ponos is in trouble.
Beautiful snowball to reset there. The Hog Rider is getting so much work done for Detonation Gaming. And the thing is, once that Giant Skeleton goes down, it's going to explode on both Golemites and both Princes. That's going to take all that out.
Lovely.
Beautiful cleanup there for Detonation Gaming. And they have a massive advantage going into this. The Giant Skeletons are doing so much work on defense for Detonation Gaming that it's almost unfair.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's so unfair. It's like a moving bomb tower plus like a charged up infernal tower doing its damage all at once in an area damage.
Yeah.
It's so much damage, but Ponos, they're not giving up. They have to commit now to only the right side because that's the Princess Tower they've been working on. Another giant skeleton. We've seen this picture over and over again. It hasn't been successful. We'll see if it is this time around.
Yeah, interesting. Detonation Gaming actually cycling out their Earthquake. To me, that means they're pretty happy now just to defend for the next 30 seconds and make sure that they do not lose that tower. Cycling out the Earthquake. Beautiful move because they're going to focus purely on this defense. The giant skeleton is there. Under rage is going to help try and take out. The golem is not going to get to the tower in this amount of time, but it is raged up. Beautiful freeze there. Just stopping that push. This is over. Detonation Gaming, take a bow. That was incredible 2v2 from Detonation Gaming here.
That was very cleanly executed by Detonation Gaming in Game 1 and 2, even with, I keep referring to that freeze mistake, but in Game 2 it was flawless. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and especially when they figured out that Ponos brought the same deck from Game 1, which they have lost. They knew exactly what to do. They knew how to control it better than the first game. They were keeping the pressure on. In Game 1, Detonation Gaming and Ponos, they kind of, in a way, traded one Princess Tower early game, but this time around, Detonation Gaming got that Princess Tower down with the Hawk Cycle and defended their tower with that giant skeleton.
Yeah, well, just incredible sets. I'm going to say, Mikemboya, the orange boy, loses when he's not wearing orange.
He is wearing
He's wearing the band, but he's not wearing the orange jersey and the orange jacket,
Yeah.
Okay, so they trade the towers there, but the Earthquake play here by Detonation Gaming to take out that tower again. Just beautiful play. Missing that freeze. Wasn't a mistake. You say it's a big mistake. I think it was a small mistake because they already were in pretty much control at that point. But this game never looked in doubt. Perfect defense with that giant skeleton every time, making sure that none of the units escape its death damage. Here, look at this.
Perfect.
Everything.
That's just beautiful.
That's what you like to see. If you're Detonation Gaming playing the giant skeleton, that is what you want to see every time it dies.
Exactly. That was like art. It's like if Yugi Art was playing in this, like I'll be like, all right, you're an artist. But yeah, that was beautiful, and they've shown us exactly how a giant skeleton should be used in certain situations, getting rid of as many units as possible, and getting rid of 2 Golemites and 2 Princes. That's just, you can't ask for any more than that.
Yeah, well, the issue is now Detonation Gaming do have a habit of winning the 2v2 and then losing the 1v1. I'm seeing a lot of W's here in the 2v2, but I'm looking at the same thing. They're roughly even. Yeah. So, it's on Rhea. Like, Detonation need this so much more than Ponos, but Ponos still need to secure the top spot of their group at the end of tonight.
Exactly, because right now, as we saw before, Kix, Chaos Theory, and Ponos, they're all at the same score, but Kix is playing today, and Chaos Theory probably on Thursday, that's upcoming. So if they start with the loss today, if they do start with the loss today, they're going to be 5-3, and depending on how Chaos Theory and Kix do, they might just get pushed down all the way to 3rd place.
Yep, it is definitely possible, but Rad, moving from Fav Gaming last season into Ponos, is he going to be able to bring us to a King of the Hill for the 4th game in a row for us?
Don't even, but yeah.
In the dressing rooms last night after the games, everyone was like, Simon, you're back. Why does every game go all the way to King of the Hill, 5 games?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just like watching Clash. I like casting it. It's fine. But we are going to get into this one. Rad in red at the top, Rhea in blue at the bottom. And the emo game is strong with these 2 players right now.
Exactly. We saw the record of Rad. He's 3-0 in 2v2s. He's 1-1 in 1v1, and he has played a lot of King of the Hill as well. So Rad is definitely not new to 1v1s in this tournament format. And same goes for Rhea. We've seen him come back from some hard situations Ooh, Royal Hog.
So we see Mortar Hogs against Royal Giant. The barrel comes in, but there isn't much here. In the terms of AoE, the Baby Dragon isn't going to get a lot done there. 1703.
That's roughly 800 plus damage there.
Yeah, took quite a bit of damage. And now the mortar goes down. The Royal Giant is going to connect to the tower. That Baby Dragon doing work on those girls. 1,000. Okay, we're equal. But the Barbarian on the right-hand side brings the other tower down too. And the Princess Tower here is going to clean this up very nicely. One shot off the Archer, and that is it. So, Raya has a little bit of advantage. He has both sides to go for. And as a Royal Giant player, that's where you want to be. You want to be able to drop the Royal Giant on either side. If Red goes down the left, Royal Giant on the right. That's how he needs to play. But the Mortar actually does change this a little bit. The Royal Giant taking it out. Rad deciding not to defend that at all, not trying to get that to connect to the tower. The Archer gets a couple of hits on the tower on the left-hand side. Royal Giant one and done. I guess we're going to see, yeah, Baby Dragon here cleaning out the girls in the back, as too is the Barbarian barrel. The Barbarian decides to go on a little bit of an adventure towards the tower. Does get caught up by the skeletons. The Baby Dragon, will it connect? No, nope. There are the Hogs and a Furnace. Of course, you don't see Royal Giants much these days without a Furnace behind it. Pulls those Hogs in, no damage taken. But everything is still square in terms of lowest tower. 1483 on Raya's bottom tower.
And 1485 for Rad, so it's very close. However, you mentioned that both of Rad's tower are pretty much damaged evenly here. So for Raya, for now, he still has more options to go from left and right, whereas Rad needs to kind of focus on the right side as he is doing right now. The Furnace will pull the Royal Hogs in, but the Royal Giant is pretty healthy, gets rid of that mortar. Another mortar put down, but it does not connect the Royal Giant, and it will get at least 2 cannons onto that Princess Tower. Double Mega Minions on the side of Rad with lightning
there. I have to say, Rad had the right idea, snowballing that Royal Giant, but still took 2 hits. And the guards coming out from Raya there, defending beautifully. However, we are going into overtime. Is this the time for Rad to decide to go with the pigs? It is. There is the Furnace. Spirits come out, deals all that damage. One guard remains just to finish up that bacon there. And the Baby Dragon finishes off the Archers. We haven't seen a successfully placed aggressive mortar so far from Rad.
Yeah,
that hurts as a mortar.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Expo as well as mortar. If you have to play it all the time for defense purposes, you know, just get another building, right? You don't want to use those 2 buildings for defensive purposes all the time.
Oh, one Hog sneaks through.
Okay.
One Hog sneaks through, but is it going to matter? The Royal Giant got a couple of hits on there. 561 on that tower, 941 on Raya's tower. The mortar here is a defensive tool. Let's just say that. It is being used purely defensively. The Hogs are designed to be the thing that gets the damage done. Beautiful lightning.
Oh,
the Baby Dragon connects. And is it going to be it? That is it. Raya takes game 1 in this set. Detonation Gaming are on match point right now. They have 2 chances to close off a 2-0 victory against Ponos.
Yeah, that is crazy. I did not expect this coming through.
I know.
Yeah,
before today, you were like, Detonation Gaming, Ponos, it'll be over so quickly. It'll be 2-0, 2-0 to Ponos. And now, Detonation Gaming have decided to show up today and play some incredible Clash.
They might have eavesdropped on me saying those things, and then they were like, all right, and I'm going to show you and prove you wrong and shut you up. And so far, I'm speechless right now. Not that, you know, Detonation Gaming is bad and Ponos is good. It's just on paper and from what we've seen throughout the 5 weeks, you know, Detonation Gaming definitely was struggling. They're 1-6, as we said. And them playing like this is just incredible. They have probably just played and practiced the hell out of the game. They came today. They are ready to win.
Yeah, and it's not just the last 5 weeks. You mentioned the last 5 weeks. They haven't really performed as well as we would expect.
Yeah.
They haven't performed well last year at all. They always kind of propped up the league a little bit for the Japanese region. So they're not the strongest of teams.
Okay.
Especially from Japan, where you have game width.
Yeah.
Incredible. Ponos. Incredible. What's the last team? W5D3, who are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a strong region. The Japanese teams are incredibly strong. And being bottom of the Japanese region, that's like being top elsewhere. You know, like you could. I think Detonation Gaming really could give a lot of teams out there a run for their money. However, they have to do this. If they can win today, that's going to set the standard for them next week and the week after. For the rest of this season, can Detonation come back and do it?
We'll have to see, because so far they're clean. They haven't lost a single game yet. Yeah, they have won that set 1 2-0. In set 2 right now, it's possible for another 2-0, which will end this whole match in a 2-0. So that would be clean. But Detonation Gaming winning here today is a huge deal. But it's also a huge deal for Ponos. They're going to be shaken up by losing to a team that is 1-6. And to the games to come for Ponos, it's going to hit them hard if they get 4-0 today.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to shake a little bit of the confidence out of the Ponos team. They probably came in expecting to take this without much effort. And look what's happening. Detonation Gaming showed up. They're bringing their A game today. And will they be able to take it? One more time, we have Rad in red at the top and Rhea in blue at the bottom. And it looks like we're going to have Royal Giants again. With the skeletons, it can be anything. Is it the same deck?
Oh, goodness. We have seen this from time to time this year, especially where both players, even including the losing player in 1v1, stick with the same deck. And, you know, it hasn't worked out, obviously, for the losing side. We'll see if Rad this time around kind of finds a way to make it work.
Yeah, it's a difficult matchup for the Mortar player against the Royal Giant, especially with the Hogs. You know, there is a lot. The Baby Dragon's there, good cleanup. The Furnace pulls them into the middle. The Fire Spirits come out, deal all that damage. Fire Spirits deal so much damage for such a cheap unit. Yeah. Here's the Furnace. There's the Fire Spirits. I feel like we're just watching a repeat of Game 1.
Yeah.
Snowball comes in, the pigs still die. And, I mean, Royal Giant played at the back. Interesting that he didn't play it at the bridge. I guess he knows that Red has a lot of elixir stored. There's potential there for the defense. So we'll see how it goes. There is the defensive mortar. That's going to pull away that Royal Giant just a little bit. But Royal Giants eat mortars for breakfast.
Exactly. They just chew them up. They chew the rocks that are loaded into the mortars too. And lovely lightning. However, the defense on the side of Rad was pretty perfect. No damage has gone in from the Royal Giant other than from the lightning that was used by Rhea. However, look at the Princess Tower damage. The chip is real. It's slowly but surely showing us a small gap in the damage dealing onto the Princess Towers.
Yeah, and Rhea actually gets so much value from those Barbarian barrels. We may as well just call them value barrels at this point, because he gets both Rascal Girls and the Archers. That's a lot of elixir gained for Rhea.
Yeah, exactly. And every time we see a Furnace versus a Royal Hog, that's +1 elixir for Rhea as well. So, you know, Rhea, he's playing a winning game so far in the beginning. He's not afraid of what Rad sends out. He's got this trade down. He knows what to put down for what units, and it has been working out for him so far.
Oh, but this time the Hogs do get through. They just get a little bit of a connection here. The Royal Giant connects onto the mortar. Beautiful lightning again. Royal Giant doesn't connect, but the lightnings are starting to stack up on that tower. It is 1742. It is coming down. There's
no Furnace this time.
No Furnace this time. It was out of cycle, I guess. Clean up beautifully with the Value Barrel and the Baby Dragon.
The Value Barrel definitely does its job, as you say. Furnace out of commission for that
Furnace
time.
comes in this time. The Mega Minion this time is going to be there to help clean up. Mega Minions deal a lot of damage. Make sure nothing gets done here. The Royal Giant, again, there is a mortar in hand, and with enough elixir to play that down. There is the lightning again. This time it looks as though the Royal Giant is going to get a connection on the tower. The skeletons come at the back. One hit. Was it one hit?
Yeah, it was only one hit.
Yep. So
but
down
still, even just getting that one hit this game, you know, Rad has been playing such nice defense.
It's the
that
Furnace.
One hit.
Oh, different placement on the Furnace this time. Kind of a panic placement here. Didn't get it in the position he needed to, but it doesn't matter. The Hogs still go down. We're going to see a Royal Giant again in a second. There's the Mega Minion in the back. Royal Giant up front maybe this time round.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay, good placement there on the guards, catching the Barbarian before he goes for the Furnace. Oh, beautiful. But this time, two Hogs get through. That's going to be decent amounts of damage. The archers are there to clear it up. Not enough getting done for Rad, but there's still 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in this game. He does have a chance to break through to the tower with these Hogs.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
The Hogs come through. No Furnace this time around, only the Archer and the Value Barrel coming through. The mortar is placed far away from the Princess Tower, so the Lightning cannot get rid of it while damaging the Princess Tower. Good placement for Rad here, and as you guys have been seeing, Rad has been screwing with Rhea's cycle right now. So, like right now, Rhea's cycle is kind of iffy compared to the way he did it in game one rather. So the damage on the Princess Tower for Rad hasn't been going down as much in this game compared to the game one or the early game of
And
this
there is that Lightning again, and a rocket from Rad. The race is kind of on now. We're down into spell ranges on these towers. The Royal Giant slowed down with the snowball, but is still going to get one, maybe two.
Yeah, I think 2 hits.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty much it. One Lightning, and he doesn't have anything else to finish it off. So he's
Look
going
at
to need
this
2 Lightnings.
Aggressive mortar plays for the first time in this game from Rad. It's not going to get too much value, but it does get a couple hits onto the Furnace. 307 for Lightning, so he's going to need a little bit more damage in terms of getting down Rad's Princess Tower top left. Rad has a little bit more work to do for the bottom right. Here we go.
There
Furnace is about down.
There it is. It did come down late, and it is in that awkward placement again, just in front of the tower. And there's the mortar. Is that going to splash onto the tower from there? No, it's not. Okay. All good, but that Barbarian is actually coming through.
It's
Archers,
nice
last second placement.
They're racing for it. They're racing for it.
They have to, but the Royal Giant does connect one. Does connect two. Rhea, Detonation Gaming cleaning out Ponos. Incredible. You look at the results so far this season, you would not have put money or anything. I would not have risked my life saying that Detonation Gaming are going to win this. You can see how much it means to them. Incredible, incredible play there by Detonation Gaming.
This was a crazy upset. Congrats to Detonation Gaming for getting another win on their board, but look at Ponos. They are sad. Their momentum of being in first for the longest time for Group B has fallen. And now, depending on the Chaos Theory and Kicks do today and next Thursday, they might just be in third place for Group B for the first time. This is a devastation for Ponos. We'll see if they'll be able to come back in the following week. But Detonation Gaming, that was amazing. It wasn't a hard win. It was an easy win for them. It feels as if Detonation Gaming was that top tier team and Ponos was that last place team today.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta question the choice of sticking with the same deck every game. 2v2, they stuck with the same deck. 1v1, they stuck with the same deck. Like, Ponos and Detonation are both guilty of this, but I feel like Ponos should have tried to change something up.
Yeah, we'll have... You know, whenever this happens, I'm always confused as to why. However,
Yep, we'll be back after a very short break. Stay tuned for the next game tonight, which is going to be Game With versus Kicks. Welcome back to the Seoul OGN Esport Arena. We just witnessed a huge upset with Detonation Gaming taking out Ponos in 2 straight sets. Incredible by them. I was just looking at Twitter. Nobody expected Detonation Gaming to win this, and they just made it look easy.
Yeah, it was a 4-game win straight, not even a single game loss. That's just as clean as it gets in Clash Royale League Asia, and Detonation Gaming just upsetting this whole thing. And we've seen some players during that break, and some players were happy that Ponos was defeated by a very lowly ranked team, so that may help the other teams kind of climb up their ladder ranks.
But now we have a clash of titans. We have Game With, made of KK, Roller Prawn, Yakitori, Yuhiro, and Blossom. 6-1 right now. They've only lost to OP.GAMING. They've taken out Detonation Gaming, Bren Esports, Sandbox, Talon, Chaos Theory, and Fav Gaming. Game With are an incredible team this season, but we've seen so many times Game With get so far into the season and then there's a little bit of a collapse. They end up coming second in their group, third in their group, but usually they fall behind Ponos. It's not going to happen this time, but these guys, Kicks yesterday, I mean, Onion, the man at the front of this, lost his 1v1 set, then reverse swept. Just unbelievable play yesterday against Talon. But that team is not just Onion, we have the meat. Yeah. We have Meat 24, Malentin, Legend, Lampo, and Dios Stitch. These guys are also incredible. They are 5-2. They have lost to Ponos and Chaos Theory, but they have taken out Fav Gaming. They've taken out Kingzone, OGN Entus, OP.GAMING, and Talon last night. This is going to be an epic match.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an epic match. Kicks being one of the teams staying at the top tier for Group B, and Game With, as you mentioned, that number one team from Group A. So we have two top teams from either side going up against each other. Winning and losing will definitely decide who stays at the top and who gets pushed down to the secondary place.
Yeah, and we see the lineup today. Yakitori and Yuhiro ban out the Inferno Tower against Malentin and Dios Stitch, who ban the Lava Hound. Roller Prawn in that 1v1 set, banning out the Tornado, versus Onion, banning out the Prince. And their fourth player today, Blossom and Lampo. No KK. Yeah. Despite KK being the best, I guess Game With just want to see if they have another player who can step up when the team need them to finish out games.
Exactly. You know, especially for the fourth players on both sides. Lampo played one King of the Hill, unfortunately lost to Yu-Gi-Oh! However, Blossom, if he does play today in King of the Hills, it will be his first game in Clash Royale League Asia in the first 5 weeks, and we'll see how. I was very curious for Blossom and all the other players that haven't played a game yet to see, because you know, yesterday we saw Onion just play incredibly, and we were talking about how he was a secret weapon for Kicks, and he definitely was that secret weapon. Gave them the win yesterday.
Yeah, Malentin on Twitter kind of confirmed that for everyone out there. He was like, yeah, Onion's our secret weapon.
Yeah.
But Yakitori and Yuhiro, 2v2, they are 4-3 right now. They're an incredible pairing.
Yeah, they have been playing 2v2 for a very long time, regardless of winning and losing. You know, they know what they're doing. Same goes for Malentin and Dios Stitch. They are the 2v2ers for Kicks as well.
Yeah, so we have 2v2 specialists on both teams. But we do have the Tornado come through. We have the Miner come through. We have a Poison come through.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. I mean, Inferno Tower and Lava Hound getting banned. Golem?
Yeah, it's possible.
Double Golem?
Double Golem. Even we've seen double Royal Giants as well. Split Royal Giants. We've seen variations of like Golem plus another heavy. They did, you know, sometimes we don't see double Golem, but you know, today I think it's possible, and it's a day, especially for you, Simon, because you are that Golem master.
I'm not a master by any means. I am definitely.
I'm just trying to compliment you.
I know, but calling me a master of golems, no, man. I'm definitely mid-tier. Anyway, Malentin and Dios Stitch in red for Kicks at the top. Yakitori and Yuhiro in blue at the bottom with Game With. The Miner comes through. The log just behind does actually connect with the Ewiz. Taking that down, I mean, such a slither of health on that thing left. And the Baby Dragon, the Bomb Tower doesn't distract. There is the Tornado. Beautiful, actually, to bring over that Ram Rider, which is going to go down very, very quickly. An interesting amount of elixir spent there for Game With to defend that.
Yeah, you know, they wanted to do that because the Bomb Tower was obviously a little bit too far to get the attention of the Ram Rider. Here we go, another Ram Rider set out to ride. The Ewiz and the Dark Prince go down by that lightning, so the Ram Rider will get a couple hits.
And the Baby Dragon too. This is so much damage coming through. Malentin and Dios Stitch just making light work of that tower. 158 remain and double Mega Minion to take out the Baby Dragon. Ideally, you would want those split so they don't take both don't take damage, but it is what it is. 158 remaining on that tower. We see Gamewith load up with this giant skeleton from the back. And a P.E.K.K.A, the perfect answer, will take it down very quickly and also survive the death damage, unless it takes a rocket to the face. And that is going to hurt. 1954 remain. Decent amount of elixir spent there, I think, by Yakatori on that rocket. But this giant skeleton bomb is going to clean most of that up there.
Oh, the poison will get rid of that bottom right, which will open up that pocket for Kicks, opening up another route for them to kind of ram rider either the bridge, into the tower or from the pocket, and they answer with another P.E.K.K.A of their own for Gamewith. And Gamewith right now, you can see just on your screen, in big trouble.
Yeah, Maluntin was really confident coming into this game, and it looks as though that confidence was well vested. The tornado comes in trying to pull everything that was trying to support that miner. They do take a decent amount of damage. The miner does get it down to 1,290, but that is a lot of elixir in this push. There is the Ram Rider getting slowed down by the Ice Whip. The log comes through. The Lumberjack goes down. Is it going to connect to the tower? No. P.E.K.K.A just stops it, but huge explosion there. P.E.K.K.A is very healthy, but I would say that Kicks have plenty of elixir to play with to try and defend this. They do drop the skeletons. There is a Dark Prince and an Electro Wizard here, and a P.E.K.K.A in response from Kicks. Tornado, everything into the back. The Lumberjack's going to try and clean that up. There is a poison down from Gamewith. It's not going to be enough. This tower won't go down unless a miracle happens. And there we go. Maluntin and Diastich taking game with and game one.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, I got confused. I was going to say game one, and then it was like, oh, game with are playing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, unbelievable 2v2 there by Maluntin and Diastich. That first push got so much damage done that they were in control.
Yeah, the first push got so much damage that it forced Gamewith to give up the right side. And you saw them just put the giant skeleton onto the left side of the lane, and they were just trying to start a new fight on a new lane. And even in that lane,
it looks so good at that point. That defense was great, but then this happens. That beautiful lightning taking out the Ewiz, the guards just nullified by the Baby Dragon. The Ram Rider and that Baby Dragon clean up 99% of that tower, and from there it was just wait for a poison and then hold out for the rest of the game. But they didn't just hold out, they tried to take that second tower to get an extra crown. Didn't get it far, didn't get it down far, but they didn't need to.
Yeah, they didn't need to, and even if they didn't get it down, they were still answering back to Gamewith, starting a fight in a new lane. They weren't just only defending, they were still trying to go on the offensive. They didn't pocket anything, unfortunately, but still, Kicks, they were answering right back to anything that Gamewith was sending their way.
Yeah, Gamewith do take a time out now. Does this mean we're going to see a deck change?
Let's hope so, because in the first match, match 43, we've seen both the teams, Detonation Gaming and Ponos, just stick with the same deck for the whole 4 games. No changes, regardless of losing or winning. But we always talk about this, even before you came in this week, G-Clef and Clint and I. If you lose, change your deck, right? Or at least adjust it a little bit.
Yeah, I can see the mind games going on.
Yeah.
That you hope your opponent changes their deck that just won. I mean, it's a difficult situation. Like, you keep the same deck, and if your opponent keeps the same deck, you have to play differently. Although, if you play exactly the same way you played game one, you're going to lose. You're going to hope that your opponent makes a mistake if you were hard countered. Variety is the spice of life.
Exactly. And this game.
Yeah.
There's so many cards.
So many cards, so many different combinations. I mean, sticking with the same deck twice, to me, as, mid-tier player, doesn't make sense. On ladder, sure. But in this tournament, in Pro Standard, there's something that I need to actually go ask. I think I'm going to go ask the players why they tend to stick with the same decks. I know they practice a lot. They practice these decks over and over and over again. But at some point, you just got to think, like, maybe I should practice 2 decks a week. Anyway, we do start out, logs going, cycling through. Mega Minion, there is a giant skeleton from Kicks this time. Going down, this Bat and Miner push You sometimes see that do so much damage, and this time nullified.
Graveyard on the bottom left from Kicks.
Yeah,
and a freeze.
And the poison coming down from Game With to try and clean that up. But those skeletons, they get a decent amount of spawns there, I would say. 2, 1, 4, 8. But that is P.E.K.K.A. That's a very healthy P.E.K.K.A. coming through. Dark Prince there to take, catches the Miner actually. I thought it was a little bit late. But it is going to clean that up. The Mega Minion and the Dark Prince should clean up that P.E.K.K.A. There is the Ice Spirit and another Graveyard. Straight away, here is the... Oh, tries to activate the King Tower. Doesn't get it. The Tornado actually kills the Skeletons before they have the chance. And so much damage is getting done here. The poison is down. The Skeletons get that tower to 1-3, 1-3. And it's looking really good yet again for Kicks.
Yeah, this time the first Graveyard was the defensive poison from Game With. This time we saw that offensive poison coming from Kicks. So the ton of damage done to the bottom right side, and the Tornado kind of in a way failing to activate the King Tower. You know, if it had activated the King Tower, it would be the perfect defense for double Graveyard that Kicks has brought. But so far, not so good.
Yeah, well, we will see if this is going to hurt. We know that Meluntin at the top does have most 3 cards hidden, so he's only played certain hands. There is a freeze! The Graveyard, will it be able to get a lot of damage?
The Skeletons, some of them have connected. Unfortunately, the guards were put down to kind of clean that up. However, still, getting a couple hits every time you bring down the Graveyard is, you know, it's nothing.
The mini P.E.K.K.A. unfortunately there didn't catch the Miner, but it is cleaning up everything on the floor. The Mega Minion cleans up the air, and we go again. Another Graveyard. There is a defensive poison this time from Game With, but there is also an offensive poison here from Kicks. They know they can just spell cycle to take this match from here. There are 30 seconds left. All they need is about 3, maybe 4 poisons, 3 poisons and a log. They have so many spell outs here that they don't really need the connection from the Graveyard, but they're going to get it anyway. Here comes the Miner in the back. Don't catch it with the Dark Prince this time. It is getting a lot of damage.
Double Miner.
The Miner there. Will that mini P.E.K.K.A. push it out? No, it doesn't. It doesn't activate the King Tower.
Goodness.
There is a rocket. Suddenly, it looks as though Kicks might just lose this. They are behind. There is the freeze. They don't catch all 3 guards. The bats are there as well. Another Graveyard. There is the poison. Are they going to be able to get the damage? The Baby Dragon at the top, trying to clean up as much as it can. The tower is slowly ticking down to 1-5-9.
Nice catch on the Miner. The poison. This rocket may finish the game for Game With if Kicks doesn't finish it off very soon. The Miner connects once again. Now they just have to save up for that rocket. Yakitori, he's almost at 6.
Here.
There it is.
Wow. Okay.
Holy moly.
That was looking so bad for so long for Yakitori and Yuhiro. They were so far behind 90% of the time. A switch got flipped and they win. Oh, so close. They were, what, 158 away from taking the tower and closing out the match?
As well,
I mean, you don't get much closer than that. Both teams realized that the spell cycle needed to finish the game. And unfortunately for Kicks, just, you know, Game With spell cycle was just that little bit more powerful. A rocket is more powerful than a freeze. You know? A rocket is more powerful than a poison.
Exactly, and you get that full damage all at once when it lands. You know, whereas obviously poison it does damage over time. But oh my goodness, it was so close though.
That rocket there, MVP rocket, that needed a goblin riding on top of it because that kind of sealed the deal. It killed the push coming forward. There was nothing to tank, nothing to take out the frozen units. And although the tower does go down, it goes down to about 159. I was so close. The rocket just finishes it up. They didn't have anything that could kill it quicker than a rocket. So we are going to get to game 3 here between the 2 teams.
That was pretty close. I wouldn't say, you know, like Kicks was dominated by Game With because, you know, they had the control of the game most of the game in game 2, whereas in game 1 it felt like, you know, Kicks, they knew what they wanted to do. They were dominating the battlefield, but in game 2 it was a close call. So in game 3 I think it's up in the air for both teams.
Yep, and we're gonna find out who is gonna take this first set between the 2 teams as we get into the last 2v2 between Yakitori and Yuhiro for Game With and Meluntin and Dios Stitch for Kicks.
This is what I expected from both of these teams, playing 2v2 masters, designated 2v2 players on either side. such a fun game. We see different kinds of decks. We see deck swaps.
Oh, and the Kicks decide to bring again the Graveyard, and there is an offensive poison, and the Skeleton this time
it activates it this time.
That's bad news for Kicks. It is so hard. Once that Crown Tower, the King Tower has been activated at 2v2, Graveyard becomes considerably weaker. It is so much harder to get anything done. The Miner comes in, and Mini P.E.K.K.A there does catch it. And the Musketeer will clean up the bats, and we have another push coming through. There is the Graveyard. The Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Ice Golem are there. There is a freeze! Will they be able to get anything done with that King Tower? Helping defend, they get a couple of hits here. Was it worth the extra 4 elixir on that freeze? It is hard to say. I think a poison might have been a bit better in that situation, especially if they're not going to freeze that King Tower. They have to freeze the King Tower when they're doing this kind of strategy at this point.
Exactly, I was thinking the same thing. Why not freeze the King Tower? Yeah, freezing the Giant Skeleton to get rid of it, to get it out of the way. But this time, that Rocket once again. So it feels like GameWith as well as Kicks, they are slowly getting ready to do the chip damage with the spells here.
Yeah, they know they can defend this push from here. They can defend so well, and all they have to do is just keep cycling that Rocket to finish it up. The Miner comes in, does get a connection onto the turret. The guards do try to take that out. They will drop at least their shields to the poison. No, they don't. Oh no, they're still alive. Okay, all right.
But either way, you can tell that both teams, especially GameWith, they're not going to waste time saving and hiding the Rocket. They're going to just rocket everything they see. The Miner connects.
Mini P.E.K.K.A didn't catch the Miner this time. 1-1-3-8 remaining on that tower. There is the Graveyard again. Are we going to see the freeze come in here?
There we go.
There it is. But unfortunately, the guards are placed as well as a value barrel there, taking everything down, and their Kicks are just not getting anything done with these Graveyards.
Oh my goodness. Another.
And they didn't catch the Miner again here. The Rocket comes in. I guess they were expecting the Mini P.E.K.K.A there, but the guards came out. There is the Mini P.E.K.K.A this time, but Rocket, the Ice Wizard is almost finishing it. We just need one more Rocket from GameWith to take this 2v2 set. There's the freeze, and that is a lot of damage.
Oh my goodness!
Luck comes in though, cleans most of that up. That is gonna be it for that push. It was looking so good for Kicks there, and I'm gonna say that this is game right here. There is the Rocket. Kicks know it's over.
Wow.
Interesting. What a game. GameWith taking set 1 in this 2v2. We talk about not changing decks and how it's not a good thing. Kicks lost with the Graveyard deck and decided to bring it again.
Yeah.
I do need to. I'm going to ask him when they come out if I get a chance to catch him. But
yeah. Well, like, to be fair, after game 1, both of these teams, GameWith as well as Kicks, they did switch their decks from game 1. So they did stick it, as you said, after losing game 2, they stuck with the same deck for game 3. And they lost game 2 without the King Tower activation. In game 3, the King Tower was activated, which is going to cause them even more pain compared to game 2.
Yeah.
So it was very unfortunate for Kicks. However, they did try their best, and it wasn't it wasn't super
they
one-sided.
almost got it with that last push, but there was a log, there was a Barbarian barrel. And the thing is, when you activate the Crown Tower and you're using Graveyard Freeze, right? What that means is your freeze is never going to be able to catch every unit. You have to stop that King Tower, because otherwise it's just going to clean up your skeletons ridiculously quickly.
Yeah. Oh my God, that Rocket just now getting rid of the Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Dark Prince was the most value you can probably get, which gave GameWith an advantage and was able to defend this and then save up for another Rocket to finish this game off. But yeah. It was a close game indeed either way, even with the King Tower activation. I think Kicks did a great job.
Yeah, this one was much closer than the last one, I feel. Like, it could have gone either way, but the Miners connecting into the towers just pushed it over to Rocket range. It's really hard to catch Miners when you're at this level, when there is no tornado.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a tornado, There was a tornado. So they...
So it would have been easier either way, because with the tornado being there, the people using Miner, they have only a limited places to place the Miner so it doesn't get dragged in. So I think in a way for Kicks, they were just a little bit late on placing down, the guards or the Mini P.E.K.K.A to defend. against the Miner. Because
but there was no tornado, right,
Yeah.
for kicks in
Yeah.
that match. So, I mean, once you realize there is no tornado there,
Exactly.
you can put it anywhere. But it's so much easier to catch a Miner once tornado is banned because it's 1, maybe 2 squares where it doesn't get pulled to the tower. But here we see Onion, after getting the all kill against Talon last night, is he going to be able to bring his team back against Roller Peron, who's 2-0, and honestly, he has taken out Benzer.
Yeah.
Roller Peron beat Benzer
And
2-1, and Jack at the height of Jackness. I mean, Benzer is considerable. Like, you watch anything, you look on Twitter after these games, Benzer Riddell is super popular because he is ridiculously good. How good do you have to be to take out a player like that?
I have no idea. It's either you're super good, you're at his level, or, you know, Clash Royale League God was on your side. Either way, we'll see how he does against Onion.
Yeah, well, Roller Peron, I believe, used to play for Ponos Sports last year. So we'll see how he does. He did suffer from a lot of nerves last year, but he doesn't seem to be phased at all while playing with GameWith. He looks... That's the calmest I think I've ever seen Roller Peron look. I'm not even
just
joking.
a few seconds into the game.
Yeah, but the guy does suffer from nerves. He looks cool as a cucumber right now. All right, so we do see it is the Earthquake Hog against an Inferno. Oh, Balloon. Hello, Miner Balloon here.
Yeah.
The Miner sneaks in through the back. The Balloon is going to take away that Inferno Tower. Oh, and it's going to
he's
connect.
alive!
There is
my
nothing
goodness.
there to
He has
defend.
to counter. He has to try to get value out of this Hog Rider, but 2 Musketeers right there.
Tower is out.
Yeah.
Gone already.
Holy moly. That was crazy.
Onion just doesn't have the defense there. The Inferno Tower, I guess he thought he could have done it without. If he'd have actually used that giant snowball before the Inferno Tower, he would have been okay. But he thought that he could save that 2 elixir for another point, and it didn't work out. He loses a tower because of it. And now we see Roller Peron in complete control. He hasn't taken much damage at all from anything here. We see the Valkyrie and the bats get pushed. The Inferno Tower to take out the Hog Rider. The Barbarian there. Defensive Miner. Roller Peron realizes that all he needs to do from this point is defend.
Yeah, perfect defense is all you need, and defensive Miner, you know, usually when you're kind of tied up with your opponent, when we see a defensive Miner, we feel sorry for the player who had to use it defensively. However, for Roller Peron, anything just to defend perfectly is just, you know, just gonna pull it out.
He's fine. He doesn't look challenged at all so far. We see the Valkyrie and an Archer coming down that left-hand side. This is the thing. Onion can go either lane. It's not going to make a difference because both towers are still incredibly healthy for Roller Peron. There is the defensive Miner again. There is the Earthquake. The Hog Rider is going to try and take that out, but the Snowball actually pushes it across, allowing the Inferno Tower and the Musketeer to take it out.
All right, right now Onion is not in a great position. Roller Peron has found his cycle. He's not even, you know, he doesn't even need to use his balloon. But look at this Hog Rider on the right. Okay, that was a quick, desperate Inferno Tower put down. The Hog Rider will go down.
See, this is the problem with Giant Snowball. It doesn't reset towers. If that was a zap, I would have been much happier for Onion there. I think the Hog Rider would have got quite a bit of damage done. However, Snowball doesn't give you that security for your Hog Rider against the Inferno Tower. Roller Peron almost made that look a bit too easy.
Yeah, that was a, you know, it was a clean win. It was definitely one-sided this game. We haven't seen a lot of one-sided games today. It was super close for all of the games, even in the first matches where it went, you know, 2-0, 2-0. It was still close. This game, though, Roller Peron versus Onion, it just feels like Roller Peron had this in the bag, including the decks that he was going up against Onion's deck. The first push, like you said, feels like Onion kind of tried to save as much as he can.
Hero Musketeer there, slither of HP, and starts
here too.
Hitting the Hog Rider. It's still going. Summon another one, and look, slither of HP, and it takes out the tower. Hero Musketeer there for Roller Peron.
That was amazing. You know, Onion had the right idea with the Earthquake Hog Rider. We've been seeing more and more of the Earthquake Hog Rider combination, the variation. However, it just Rollerporon, he's not surprised by this anymore. When it first came out with the Earthquake, they were like, okay, how am I going to defend this perfectly? But now they're already used to it.
Well, this is the thing. The deck, when it first came, was incredibly successful because no one figured it out. Now that everyone is playing it, and we see it in Grand Challenges, we see it sometimes on ladder. We don't see it much on ladder, but it is there. But mainly in Grand Challenges, these players grind Grand Challenges for fun. Yeah. Right? These guys are playing it. And then they scrim in-house. They know this deck's probably going to come out. So they've been practicing and practicing and practicing against that deck. And at some point, it's just going to get a it's a solved deck. Yeah. As long as you know it's coming, you're going to be able to defend it properly with any deck. Any deck, right now, these teams, any deck they are playing, they need to be practicing against this Earthquake Hog Rider deck because they know it can come out. It is so popular. That's how you end up defending it like Rollerporon there. Made it look easy. He manhandled that deck.
Exactly. It felt as if Rollerporon made the deck and gave it to Onion to play it. Like, play this deck, I'm going to defend against it. Like, he knew every single thing, the outcome of possibilities that Onion was going to throw at him.
How many balloons, then? How many balloons did Rollerporon play?
1.
How many balloons did he need to play? 1.
Yeah.
That is efficiency right there. He never needed to use a balloon again. Incredibly efficient defense. Incredibly effective. 1 push, it's over. Yeah. Incredible, but we are now into game 2. Can Onion bring this back for kicks? Again, match point for game with tonight.
Already?
Wow. Match point.
But I gotta say, if anyone, Onion is the player to bring this back, to bring it to King of the Hill, because we have seen this man just make opponents cry by peeling his skin. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's the Onion joke. There's the Onion joke. I was expecting it. The Princess Tower here is going to help clean that up. The Electro Wizard as well, and we have a Dark Prince. And the Value Barrel comes out and obviously cleans everything up with spectacular returns. It's just what it does.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we call it the Value Barrel.
That's why we're starting to calling it the Value Barrel. I mean, that card is just, it's so good.
It is. It's so good.
But do you remember when it came out?
Yeah.
Everyone was mocking it. This is the worst card in the game.
To be honest, there was a buff with the Barbarian coming out faster. So there were a little bit of tweaks here and there, but we do see the P.E.K.K.A. on the other side. We do see the Ram Rider actually connect a couple shots onto that Princess Tower.
Is that P.E.K.K.A. going to go down? Not quite, but it looks as though the tower, maybe a little bit of a pull. Definitely the tower now can kill this. That was a great snowball. Just to slow everything down, make sure those minions die in 1 shot. And we're back. And it now looks as though Onion is stable.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Onion still is holding a P.E.K.K.A. or even a Mega Knight, because he's been playing the Ram Rider Bandit Mega Knight or the P.E.K.K.A. So many times that, it's possibly one of his favorite decks maybe, because in this season, he's just been playing a lot of the P.E.K.K.A.s and the Ram Riders.
The Bandit connects on the left-hand side.
Goodness.
Getting that charge. Rollerporon was so concerned about what was happening on the right, missed that Bandit, or either just let it go, surprisingly. But you know what the biggest shock tonight is? We're this far in, and this is the first time we've seen P.E.K.K.A. Bird Spam.
Yeah, that is true. And
such a popular deck, and it is so good in the right hands. And Rollerporon isn't finding purchase with this deck right now.
And as we find out, Onion isn't actually holding it. He was holding a Lumberjack here instead of any P.E.K.K.A. or Mega Knight. So he's switching things up once again.
There's the Ram Rider and Bandit. The Bandit charges into that P.E.K.K.A. and instantly gets cut down.
Sad.
Good defense there by Rollerporon, but he is still in trouble. He is not over the hill right yet. That Musketeer helps clean up. Is it going to be able to help against the P.E.K.K.A.? No, it's decided to go on a little journey here.
Oh,
and
goodness.
Suddenly this is not looking good for Onion. It connects. The Battle Ram connects. The P.E.K.K.A. is it going to get to the tower?
Oh, I think it is. It's going to get a swing. There we go. Another swing. Oh, no.
The Ice Golem
pushes it back.
Perfectly placed. Just buying enough time for Onion there to survive. If that P.E.K.K.A. had got that swing, it would have been over already. And 1 push again. The effectiveness of Rollerporon. 1 push and he almost wins the game. He didn't have anything till then. Oh, the Battle Ram almost connects. And the Barbarians are going to connect. The poison is there.
Oh my goodness.
Not quite.
One more cycle to the poison. Rollerporon secures it. His Princess Towers are healthy enough for him to comfortably defend here. Let's hope that he's not going to try to save any elixirs. Just defend it, rotate around, or cycle around to the poison.
You can see the look on Onion's face. He is not happy, and this is game, set, and match for Game With. Incredible play by Rollerporon. He looked in such a bad position.
Yeah.
And then just came out of not one push. Rollerporon is a one-push player.
Yeah.
He gets so much value when he decides to pull the trigger.
He's not a one-punch man. He's a one-push man.
The one-push.
One-push man. Well, he's done it today at least.
Yeah, he does enough. The thing is, he does enough with that one push to be able to spell cycle out of the game. He can spell cycle away and finish it.
Yeah, we've seen this in Game 1 with that just one balloon getting that Princess Tower. In Game 2 as well with the Battle Ram and the P.E.K.K.A. That one connection with that one swing on the P.E.K.K.A. just basically seals a deal, allows Rollerporon to comfortably cycle through poisons and finish it. And, you know, kind of pressure with the Battle Ram as well. Wow, Rollerporon definitely showed us that he knew and he was prepared to go up against any deck.
That was incredible. Oh, just outstanding play. Game With proving that they have one of the deepest rosters here. But we will be back after a very short break with our next match, which is going to be OP.GAMING versus Kingzone Dragon X. You do not want to miss this last match tonight. And we'll be back real soon. Welcome back to the third and final match of the night. OP.GAMING versus Kingzone Dragon X. And this is why I woke up this morning. This match, OP.GAMING, two former members of Kingzone Dragon X going against their old teammate July as well. This is going to be one of those games, or at least I hope so, where it's just going to be insane. We can see OP.GAMING up on the screen. We have Asha, Dabong TV, Oichan, Ho, Huni, and Expo Master. Ho and Expo Master formerly of their opponents in Kingzone Dragon X.
Yep, this is why these two players, Ho and Expo Master, going up against Kingzone is the reason why Simon is so hyped up for this last game. And I also want to mention a fun fact. There's 6 players on this team, and all 6 players have played at least one game in this tournament. And you know, we've seen, you know, teams of 5 and, you know, the 5th player still hasn't played a single game. But, oh, it seems like their jerseys have changed a little bit, the colors.
Yeah, new jerseys here for OP.GAMING. I like it. I dig.
It used to be white and like purplish, if I remember. But yeah, this new jersey, it kind of switches things up. We'll see if it'll bring any better results. But now we have Kingzone Dragon X, we have Alpha, July, Nuri, and TrueFast, and we have seen them play yesterday. They did pretty well. We'll see if they'll do good against their 2 former teammates.
Yeah, well, we do have OP.GAMING currently 4-3. Kingzone Dragon X on your screen now 2-5. They have beaten Ponos. Yeah, they have beaten W5D3, but they've lost OGN Entus, Chaos Theory, Kicks, Brent Esports, and Sandbox Gaming. Actually, Kingzone Dragon X, the only teams they have beaten so far are Japanese teams. They've lost to all of SEA, except 1, I think. Yeah, all of SEA and 2 of Korea. I mean, it's going to be rough for them.
It definitely will be. All right, so we have to enter Expo Master and Oichan. Usually it's Expo Master and Ho, but this time I guess it will. They will bring out Oichan in place of Ho. They do ban the tornado. On the side of Kingzone, we have July and Nuri banning out the poison.
Yeah, and it is going to be Expo Master against his former teammate July. So this is going to be interesting. The last time that Expo Master and Oichan played together, they beat Yakitori and New Hero.
Ooh.
That is a scalp to have taken for those guys. That is the prize. July and Nuri together, though, are 2-3. They lost to OGN Entus. They beat Ponos. They beat Fav. They lost to Bren. And they lost to Sandbox Gaming. I mean, they're a good 2v2 team. They play together a lot. So hopefully the chemistry between the 2 players helps them overcome OP.GAMING.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that because, like you said, July and Nuri, they've played 7 2v2s so far, whereas these 2, Expo Master has been playing mostly on that 2v2 with Ho as well as Oichan, and you know, we know how good Expo Master is, right? Yeah. And we know Oichan is a very famous player in Korea as well. So both of these 2v2ers, Expo Master, Oichan versus July and Nuri, both sides, it's going to be a very close game unless we see a hard counter come out. If that's not the case, we'll see a very exciting game today with Expo Master going up against his former team.
I feel almost robbed. Ho and Expo Master played most of their games together, and when it comes to going against Kingzone Dragon X, they change it up. My heart hurts.
Yeah, I think Ho ran away.
But anyway, July and Nuri, 2-3 in 2v2. They've always played together, I believe. Oh, Nuri has actually played with Alpha as well, and they're 0-2 together. So this is the better performing 2v2 of Kingzone Dragon X. But, oh man, I cannot wait to get into this. I don't know what we're going to see with the Tornado ban and the Poison ban. This feels very much like it's 2018 all over again, except that guy that we just saw, Expo Master, is on the other team.
Yeah, he is on the other team wearing a new jersey. We'll see how this 2v2 will go down.
Yeah, so OP.GAMING, Expo Master, and Oichan at the bottom in blue, and July and Nuri in red at the top. And I'm going to be very clear right now. I have a bit of a bias for Expo Master. He is incredible. I've been watching him now for 3 years, 2 years, because I saw him when it was the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah.
And he won that, and I mean, he just dominated everyone in that tournament. It was crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why he has so many fans, and you know, regardless of what team he is on, so many Korean and even foreign fans just follow wherever he goes, not what team he's on. So it's understandable.
Look at this. This is why Leaked Elixir isn't the greatest stat in the
Yeah.
world. Look at those numbers, guys. They're just leaking Elixir left, right, and center. Up into the 12s. We're going to get to 15. Maybe Expo Master is going to give us the old 15 Leaked Elixir. We will see. Dark Prince comes in to take out the first 2 guards on that side. Boom, boom, and there we go. Okay. Baby Dragon in the back. Dark Prince up front. The Baby Dragon. Oh, and a Witch. Interesting, interesting. Let's see what Expo Master and Oichan can do with this Witch play from the back of the Flying Machine.
Okay.
Flying Machine is a great card, but that is why it's not played all too often in pro scene. Fireball takes it out near instantly, and there is a Golem from OP.GAMING and a P.E.K.K.A. from Kingzone Dragon X. Maybe July is just reading value rocket right there. Oh my goodness, the Valkyrie takes out all the skeletons too. And the Dark Prince in the back does lose its shield straight away to the Valkyrie spin. But this is kind of scary. The Fireball comes in, takes out the E-Wiz. Golem explodes before getting to the tower. So not going to get that first set of death damage, but does get the Golemite damage. Will the Baby Dragon connect? No, the Ice Wiz taking that there, and then it's going to be the Mega Minion, then it's going to be the other Baby Dragon. So, nothing done. And Kingzone Dragon X put down that graveyard. Are they going to be able to make this work? There is a good defense here for OP.GAMING, assuming nothing gets frozen up. There's the Fireball, takes out the Flying Machine, and we still have a Witch alive. And there's a Giant Skeleton for OP.GAMING.
Okay, so far right now, Kingzone has been pressuring OP.GAMING with the Rockets, with the Graveyard, but now OP.GAMING is trying to make their move, but Kingzone's defense is so solid. You can tell by the HP on the Princess Towers.
Yeah, the defensive rocket there was just so valuable for them. Okay, anyway.
Now you can tell that OP.GAMING, they're kind of splitting up the Witch and the Golem, so they don't want to get that, they don't want to allow Kingzone to get that. Oh!
Is this going to work? There's the freeze, and that gets rid of nearly all of that clone value, and suddenly OP.GAMING are on a very, very dangerous position. They're on the edge of losing here. We see the Dark Prince, the Witch, trying to defend. Okay, decent defense. Does take some damage from those skeletons, though. 8-4-5 remain. And don't forget, Kingzone Dragon X have Rocket and Fireball. That's a lot of damage. And when you're sitting on 8-4-5, you are not comfortable. Look at that timing on the Golem and the Witch there. But beautiful timing from Kingzone Dragon X here to drop down that graveyard and still getting value out of those skeletons.
And look at this rocket coming through.
And it's down.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I wanted to mention this, but there was so much going on. Kingzone's graveyard, the RNG with the skeletons popping up from the ground. I think they got a lot of the skeletons popping right next to the Princess Tower, and it was basically max valued graveyard.
Yeah, they were always spawning away from the Dark Prince.
Yeah. The last graveyard kind of spawned a lot around the Dark Prince, but except for the last one, all the other graveyards right next to the Princess Tower, they were getting swings, they were getting stabs in, and that Princess Tower was going down.
That freeze there was so valuable. Like, Clone does not do well against freeze.
Yeah, it basically just gets rid of everything, and it still keeps all the originals frozen up too. So
here, look, the 2 spawn in the back, a couple spawn right next to the Witch, get it down to 8-4-5. Now, the RNG was actually reduced slightly, but it's still played into like Kingzone's favor here. Everything was just spawning in the right spot for them, and beautiful play by Kingzone Dragon X. July must be tasting victory right now, beating his former teammate in game 1, but will they be able to do it in game 2? OP.GAMING do use their timeout.
Yeah, they don't want to use. They don't want to lose. Especially Expo Master does not want to lose to Kingzone Dragon X. Not because he hates them, but you know he has moved on and he wants to prove to his old team and his teammates that you know he is needed on that team, and you guys allowed me to go elsewhere. Now you guys are going to suffer for it. But in game 1, it did not go Expo's way.
Yeah, I guess he wants to make a bit of a statement here. But maybe he's just playing the long game.
Yeah.
We know Expo Masters call card.
Yeah.
Lose game 1.
Yep.
Win game 2 and game 3. That is his call card. That is his sign. Is it going to happen here, or are we going to have one of the quickest nights I've ever casted?
Yeah. I've had 2 2-0s, but never 3 0s.
We will see how it goes. I'm excited, but we're 8 seconds away from game 2 between these two teams. Are we going to see the same decks? Are we going to see different decks? I'm going to go with different. I think OP.GAMING are definitely going to try something different because it just didn't work. The golems never really got enough damage done to the towers, whereas Kingzone Dragon X, they got a lot of work with that graveyard. I could see them sticking with the Graveyard Freeze, but Graveyard Freeze is one of those decks where you need that surprise factor. If you know the freeze is coming and you know the graveyard's there, you just put a bit of poison and you're fine.
Yeah. But, the funny thing is, Kingzone, they banned poison, and they were playing the graveyard. So that could have also been a mind game. All right, we're going to ban the poison, so we're probably not going to play graveyard.
What would you... I mean, what would you put in instead of poison then to take out that stuff? Valkyrie doesn't do a great job. I guess minions, minion horde. And we see Giant and a Dark Prince from Kingzone Dragon X definitely bringing a different deck. And we see P.E.K.K.A, the perfect answer to what Kingzone Dragon X have put down in the battlefield right now. The Ice Wizard is going to slow that down. There's the Fireball. Doesn't take it out. And a Dark Goblin. Hello. This cleaned up almost too easily here. And there is a lot of stuff. And there is the graveyard from OP.GAMING this time. There is a Baby Dragon in the back that is going to get a lot of work done. But still, look at the damage getting done here. 1773. And everything coming forward from Kingzone Dragon X is severely hurt, except for that Baby Dragon. But that is never going to reach the tower with an E-Wiz there like that.
All right, so far, in game 2 at least, it feels as if OP.GAMING, they knew and they had the perfect counter for this double Giant, double Prince deck that Kingzone Dragon X has brought with the P.E.K.K.A and the graveyard to counter it perfectly and have the bomb tower.
Is there a graveyard here for not graveyard, is there an Earthquake here for Kingzone Dragon X? We don't know, but that P.E.K.K.A, look at that, chewing up that Giant way too quickly. And the Electro Wizard is going to slow down, but there is the graveyard. And the Princess Tower is actually connected onto the P.E.K.K.A right now, so it's not going to be used for defense. And there is a beautiful freeze. The P.E.K.K.A gets close to the tower, doesn't manage to get in. But look at the damage again. Another 400-500 damage done here. They have to wait this time, though.
The Rage Spell is put down with the double Baby Dragon in support of this Giant. Giant is very healthy. It will definitely get at least 2 to 3 swings there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and there is a Panic Elixir spend there from OP.GAMING. They didn't have the Elixir for that P.E.K.K.A, so they had to try other things. The Valkyrie ends up being incredibly damaged. The Ice Wizard here isn't going to be able to stop the Dark Prince of the Giant on his own, but there is a bomb tower, and there is the P.E.K.K.A. This time it's going to be good. The lightning comes down, but the P.E.K.K.A is going to clean that up, fireballing away that Dark Goblin. But the P.E.K.K.A now goes down, but the E-Wiz and the Skeletons will take out that Musketeer, and there is the graveyard in return. Baby Dragon played at a perfect time. And the second Baby Dragon almost ignoring the Skeletons there. Lightning comes down, 767 remain, 700. This is a game of inches right now. Are they going to be able to put down that P.E.K.K.A? That is the question. No, they decide not to go with it this time. The Rage is there. Fireball cleaning up the back lines. 996 remain. Bomb Tower will slowly take away that Giant. The Skeleton's there just to clean up the job. 912 remaining on the bottom right tower. On the top right tower for Kingzone Dragon X, 616. And they reload with a Giant push. And there is the Dark Prince and P.E.K.K.A as the answer.
Yep, the P.E.K.K.A on the bridge right there by trying to answer, and the Giant does disappear. The Dark Prince will disappear as well. Now they're going to probably answer with that graveyard on the other side. They have the Lightning and the Fireball, so it's very dangerous for Kingzone, but same goes for OP.GAMING.
Yeah, Kingzone put a lot of Elixir up at the bridge, which is practically the go sign for OP.GAMING, and they are getting this done. 398 remain on the tower. They do have Fireball. They do have Lightning. They will be able to finish it. But look at that! The Musketeer connects to the tower!
Oh my goodness!
What on earth happened there? Kingzone Dragon X take game 2. The Musketeer connecting to the tower. They waited. OP.GAMING waited a little bit too long to drop that P.E.K.K.A. And the Musketeer connects and finishes it up. It was looking so good for OP.GAMING for so long. Every graveyard was getting damage done. And then Kingzone Dragon X, they get that good push. They start to pressure a lot more. And OP.GAMING just cannot get that final hit.
You know, I mentioned that OP.GAMING had a great counter deck for that giant double prince. And, you know, whenever the P.E.K.K.A. was put down, it felt as if I was correct. And, you know, they were doing a great job defending it. This is the first game, however. In that second game, oh my goodness, that placement and the connection with the Musketeer. Because I was looking at OP.GAMING's Elixir. They were trying to save up for the Lightning Fireball to finish it, because they had more than enough damage done with the Lightning and the Fireball, but they could not do that because they were in a dilemma to make sure to defend it perfectly and then use their spells. However, Kingzone, they were constantly pressuring, and the moment, that split second of stuttering from OP.GAMING, that Musketeer connected to that Princess Tower.
Yeah, they were getting a lot of work done with those graveyards, but here,
like even now,
yeah,
they could have just saved up and spelled it, but
no, if they'd have saved up and spelled, like used their spells, they wouldn't have been able to defend, because then this happens. Musketeer connects, game over. If that Ice Wizard was 1 or 2 squares up to take the Musketeer damage, we might have seen a different result.
But you can tell because you saw the late P.E.K.K.A. placement, which means he was deciding, do I put the P.E.K.K.A. down or do I Fireball or Lightning? You know, he was in a dilemma for that split second, and because he thought for that short amount of time, the P.E.K.K.A. was late, the Musketeer connected, and they lost.
And now, the fate of OP.GAMING in this match rests on Asher's shoulders. His 1v1 record, 1 win, 1 loss. He has beaten Rhea and lost to Legend of Kicks. Is he going to be able to beat Alpha, who is up right now? It says look forward to his surprise deck. I wonder if he has something up his sleeve for this game. But Alpha has beaten Victor, lost to Kota, and beat Sado. So OGN enters, and he's only won against Korean teams in terms of his 1v1 record.
Yeah, but Alpha, regarding, you know, look forward to his surprise deck, was because he played the Lava Hound Baby Dragon clone, and he won like his first 1v1 last week within like the first 30 seconds. Oh, actually, it was Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
I think that happened on Thursday. But either way, he did the Lava Hound Baby Dragon clone, and he just 3-crowned it like straight away.
Well, it does happen. But is it going to happen tonight? We'll find out as we get into this 1v1 between Asher of OP.GAMING, who is in blue at the bottom, and Alpha, who is Kingzone at the top.
And I gotta say, before anything is played, Asher is the lover of Goblin Huts. He has played 3 different decks that include Goblin Huts.
He's playing Tombstone now. He's playing my card.
He has upgraded.
Yeah, and there is the poison to take it out. You do get a decent amount of value from that, but sometimes you just want to do something like this. Okay, you poison my stuff. I'm just going to let my Princess Tower, you know, finish out the Tombstone. And we see this Lava Hound slowly but surely flying her way across to the other tower. There is an Ice Wizard there, which will make her fly even slower.
I always wondered, those thin, tiny wings is able to, you know, allow that Lava Hound to stay in the air.
She's filled with air, I believe. Oh, look at the graveyard here. The Dark Prince is going to tank for this. Is there enough in the back? There is the Goblin Barrel. There is the Barbarian Barrel cleaning up, but the Skeletons do get some purchase. The Pups, though, on the top are not getting enough done. And it looks as though Alpha gets the better trade between these 2 players right now.
Yeah, Alpha, we saw him kind of nod, kind of liking the way that this graveyard play went for him. A lot of value out of that graveyard. Asher was forced to play that Dark Prince. I mean, not Dark Prince, what am I saying? The Barbarian Barrel, and it wasn't able to do enough to defend. Look at all the damage that it has taken with 2 poison and just a single graveyard.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage, but here is the Ice Wizard from Alpha. We see the Electro Dragon Play from the back for Asher. Going to try and build up to another bigger push. What does he actually have underneath that Lava Hound? What is he going to support it with to try and take this tower? The Mega Minion does take out the Tombstone, the Electro Dragon there, and it's a repeat, but there is a Poison Tornado into the tower.
Goodness, it's going to allow that Dark Prince to get in, but that Barbarian Barrel will take its attention away.
Yeah, I could see what the idea was. Bring the Lumberjack into the tower, use the Dark Prince splash to get more damage. Didn't happen, but the Dark Prince still does get connection. 1, 4, 3, 2, and there is another Graveyard. That was an incredibly quick cycle.
Was super fast. The Ewis, and he and Alpha answered that perfectly because of the Lava Hound on the right side, and it's getting so much damage done.
Yeah, the Dark Prince connected again, and this is what you need to do as Alpha in this situation. Is just, okay, you play Lava Hound on the one side, you need to support it to be able to do anything to a tower. I'm just going to force you to spend all your Elixir on the other side. And it's working out.
Asher is answering with the bridge, Lava Hound with the Mega Minion, and that Graveyard is uncontested.
Gonna get it. There's the poison. Whoa, beautiful Tombstone, but not enough. Tower goes down. Alpha is going to take it. Oh, wow.
Are we going to get the first 3-2-0 games? 3-match 2-0 games.
Well, I mean, do not count Asher out. If anyone can do it, it is this guy. But Alpha is looking incredibly good right now.
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing. He got that confidence boost since last week's surprise deck, as I was talking about before with that clone. But Asher, like you said, is also a formidable opponent, even though the last time he came out, 3 games he played Goblin Hut. It went well in certain games, but in this game, he switched things up. Didn't go so well.
Yeah, the Dark Prince getting that hit there really did make the difference. He just could never put anything underneath that Lava Hound to support it. Because as soon as he dropped it, and as soon as he put anything behind it, it was like, all right, I'll just go take out your tower with my Graveyard Poison. And done. Beautiful, beautiful play by Alpha. If you're interested in playing a Poison Graveyard deck, you're playing against a Lava Hound deck, that is how you do it.
Exactly. Alpha definitely knew what he was doing. He did not give Asher any chance to support that Lava Hound, and we all know that Lava Hound and even sometimes Golem, you definitely need at least 1 or 2 supports in the back to be able to do significant amount of damage. But this time, Alpha played around with Asher's deck. He knew how to counter it. He didn't care where or when he put down the Lava Hound. Asher tried to bridge the Lava Hound. He tried to, push it slowly by putting it in the back. Nothing worked out against Alpha.
Yeah, well, we will see if Asher can come back and save OP.GAMING from a 2-0 here. And Alpha's just dusting his hands clean. He's like, this is already over.
Oh my goodness.
Puts out the Musketeer. Yeah. Will Asher respond
with the Goblin Hut?
There is the Barbarian Barrel, and if it's not answered, it does connect to the tower at equal levels. The guards come out. Ice Wizard down. I don't know. Something about Alpha reminds me of C3PO. I don't know. Like, when he does those little emotes where he, like, wobbles side to side, he reminds me of C3PO.
Well, if you see the way Alpha plays, he kind of has, like, this...
He has his elbows very far out.
And he has his hand kind of like wide open, whereas other players kind of hold their phones. But he has his one hand but kind of spread out. And every player has their own comfortable way of playing. Oh, okay, we do see the Furnace and the Ewis, which probably signals for a Royal Giant.
Yeah, well, we always get Royal Giants at least once in a game, and there it is. Okay, is it going to connect to the tower?
So he's putting it on the other
Tombstone
side.
played in the perfect position there. Is it going to get one hit? One hit. Is it going to get the 2? The Skeletons do not clean it up quick enough. Just get that 2. And there is a Graveyard again here. Guards to defend, doing a good job so far, especially with the Ewis as well, cleaning up things at the front. The Barb Barrel comes in to distract that Dark Knight, and there, Dark Prince. And there we go. Just a little bit of damage there.
My name is Batman. But anyways, this time around, the Graveyard does not get any value. The guards were perfectly placed. Alpha tried to support it with the Barbarian Barrel and the Dark Prince. It didn't go his way. I was still surprised that Asher put the Furnace on the left side and put the Royal Giant on the right. I guess he was kind of trying to play mind games. because of the Ice Wizard being placed on the left, he wanted to kind of put the Royal Giant away from it, but still, you would usually want to kind of put the Royal Giant on the same side as the Fire Spirit spawn.
Yeah, they help protect against any kind of swarm unit that would be used to defend. And here we go. That is a Baby Dragon Mega Minion and the Royal Giant push. That is a very scary push, to be sure. And there is a Lightning come down, but it doesn't take out the Dark Prince. The Dark Prince does manage to try and defend. A lot of work done by that Royal Giant, though. Baby Dragon takes out the Tombstone, but there is a push here. The Graveyard comes
nice
in.
Poison.
There is a defensive poison. It's going to take out the guards, but the guards do a good defensive job here. But a couple of skeleton hits, and that Mega Minion is not going to connect very close.
It will.
Does get one hit.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, that was value. And look at how even up it is now. That bottom left tower was basically full health. Alpha was only working on the bottom right. And that one crazy push with the poison and the Mega Minion connecting basically evened it out.
And a nice defensive poison there, not connecting to the tower this time for Alpha. Is that going to be the right choice? We see the Royal Giant take easily. The Tombstone doesn't get a hit. Slowed down to an absolute halt there. We do see the Furnace come in. The guards are there at the back defending. And the Tombstone, the Tornado there, trying to allow the Skeletons to come back, but didn't get anything there. That's unfortunate. It was a brilliant idea. It would allow the Skeletons from the back to be able to connect to the tower. Didn't work out.
All right,
we see another Royal Giant locked and loaded here. Is it going to be able to get to the tower?
Well, this may potentially be the last attack. If Asher takes this game with this push, it will be game. But if Alpha rotates around with the Graveyard and another poison, it also might be very dangerous
This time that Lightning got the Dark Knight out of the way. And we see the Barbarian now do the same.
Double Royal Giants here.
Is it going to be enough? No, he rotates back to the Tombstone. That's going to be 2 hits right there. Is he going to be able to hit? There is the ice.
Ice no hit.
Slowing it down again, but look at that. 597 remain. Damage is seeping through here for Asher. Is he going to be able to keep it going? There is another Baby Dragon. The E-Wiz, almost got one of those dangerous strikes in. There is the Lightning. Okay, he is in winnable range right now as long as he can cycle back to that Lightning. And there is the Graveyard. This is it for Alpha. He needs this to work. There is the poison. The E-Wiz comes down. And the Tornado actually might have just cost him that. I think the E-Wiz and the Mega Minion were going. They were gone. They left. And there is the Lightning. Asher taking game 2.
All right. Well played on both sides. Asher switched things up. Alpha stayed with the same deck because he won that first game, so understandable. But now that it is 1-1 tied, if Kingzone Dragon X wants to finish this, Alpha probably wants to change his deck a little bit.
Okay, well, we will see. There is 1 minute left. OP.GAMING, is it Kingzone? Kingzone have a timeout. They're not going to use it here. Surprising. I thought they might have wanted to slow Asher down a little bit, but deciding that whatever happens here, we can save it for the King of the Hill if we need to. But this was back and forth. Beautiful defense. The guards doing work here. A couple of hits there at the back of the tower, but nothing too big. That Mega Minion, though, could have got 2 hits, and it could have been a very different story if he got those hits.
Definitely. And, you know, I love the fact that Asher answered to Alpha's deck, regardless of whether
Right there, that's what I was talking about. He tried to Tornado everything up to the front for Skeletons to spawn in the back, and it didn't work. They started to spawn on the side, which meant they still died.
It's very unfortunate, but either way, Asher putting in the guards, keeping the bar barrel for that Graveyard, thinking because Alpha won that first game with the Graveyard Poison, he's going to stay with it most likely, and he definitely put in some units to counter that Graveyard, and it worked out perfectly for Asher.
Yeah, well, we will see if it will work again. He needs to win here. The fate of OP.GAMING in this match rests on Asher's shoulders. If he can win this, he takes us to a King of the Hill. But if Alpha can close it off, Kingzone Dragon X will walk away with the victory. So we see Alpha and Asher up again.
All right. If Alpha does win, I think with casting with you, Simon, we saw the first 3-match Game 5 King of the Hill, and we might just see the first 3-match 2-0-2-0-2-0s. The first time for everything.
Yeah, there is the Barbarian Barrel. And
okay.
All right.
Spirit Goblins.
All right. This is minor control by the look of it.
Yep. Not surprising.
Nope. It's everywhere right now.
Yeah. Oh, and the Barbarian gets 2 swings on the bottom left. And the poison is still going to be there.
That never happens in my ladder games.
No.
My bar barrel is under-leveled. I still use it because it's great, but it's so under-leveled.
All right,
Royal
so
Giant
Asher,
from the back.
he's
Obvious.
keeping the same deck.
Yeah. There's the miner. There are the bats. Does he have an answer? Is there an E-Wiz? There it is.
But still, the miner will get enough chip damage. Look at the Princess Tower damage. However, now this is time for Asher to push back. We'll see how much value this Royal Giant will get.
Decides to put the Spear Goblin. Oh, and he does have the Inferno Tower. That is big, but there is the Lightning. So this gives the Royal Giant quite a long time on that tower. 2, 3. Look at the tower just go down here. Down to 779. My goodness, the guards don't catch the miner, but at this point, it doesn't matter. Does he have anything to stop the Barbarian? No, no. Okay, Barbarian takes it. Furnace Plate at the back. Poison value for Alpha here. But look at the guards. Yeah. Full connection. 8, 17, 17, 16, 22.
Yeah, we were seeing that, you know, in the beginning, Alpha was damaging both of Asher's Princess Towers. But now, with Asher, after defending and taking a little bit of damage, he answers even harder. And 779 and, you know, 16-22, and even that Barbarian gets a swing in there.
There is a Valkyrie, so it looks as though Alpha is preparing for that minor bat push, but the Baby Dragon takes out
the splash damage.
Oh, look at that. The guards catch the miner, the E-Wiz catches the Valkyrie, and this is looking kind of bad now for Alpha. The Baby Dragon connects onto the tower. The Spear Goblin is going to do work. Is the Mega Man? No, just not enough. And here we go again. There is the Valkyrie. Oh, pulled out. That means the tower is actually going to help take out the miner here. Goes down incredibly quickly. And the guards now clean that up. Bats are going to die. And a Royal Giant played from the back.
All right, well, Alpha is wanting to pressure the right side right now. You can tell that he's just giving everything he's got.
He doesn't catch the miner.
The left side, if that Royal Giant reaches that bridge, it's over. So he wants to do as much pressure as possible. Probably put that one.
Spirits have been connecting. Incoming lightning, surely. There it is. 294. All he needs is 1, 2. There we go. Asher rescuing OP.GAMING right now. Taking that 2-1, losing game 1, winning game 2, winning game 3. Asher, calm as a cucumber, takes out Alpha after that first game. My goodness, what a match. And we are going to go into the old King of the Hill.
All right, so we won't get that first day where we get the super short day. However, that was a great match. Great comeback from Asher after losing game 1. You know, in game 1, yeah, he was kind of surprised. You know, he didn't expect that kind of counter to come through whenever he put down that Lava Hound. However, it was a great adaptation for Asher with that on that graveyard deck to counter Alpha. And Alpha tried to, you know, kind of switch up his deck a little bit in game 3 as well. It just did not work out so well for him.
Asher made the right choice here, which was to just drop that Lava Hound deck. It didn't work out particularly well in this. He got manhandled a little bit, I would say. Yeah. And then, you know, couldn't get anything done with anything. So he thinks, all right, let's switch it up. Let's play Royal Giants, see how it goes. This Royal Giant deck is nasty, by the way.
It is nasty, and Alpha tried to counter it. Stuck with the same deck in game 2 with the graveyard, and as we saw it, Asher countered it with the guards, and you know he was ready for the graveyard, and it was perfectly countered. He won clean and fair and square in game 2. Game 3 is the point. It's the turning point where Alpha brought out the Inferno Tower to counter, or at least try to counter the Royal Giant, but Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning did great. That looked kind of bad there where the guards didn't catch the miner, but as soon as you reach this position here, you knew the Lightning was going to come out, and you knew the Royal Giant would finish it up. The bats cannot clear it quick enough, and it is over. Throws out the kissy emote right at the end. You know what I'm thinking?
What?
Is the Dark Prince just the prince with a different helmet? Well,
it has a different weapon too.
What if the prince is Bruce Wayne and the Dark Prince is Batman?
Oh,
it all makes sense now. Anyway, on to the King of the Hill entry. Dabong TV, Asher, and Expo Master. That is the order for Kingzone Game. For OP.GAMING, my bad. Okay, for OP.GAMING, they ban out the Inferno Tower. For Kingzone, Nuri, Alpha, then True Fast as the anchor there, and they are banning out the Baby Dragon.
All right, so banning out the Baby Dragon, we've seen this from time to time in this season. Baby Dragon has been, it's been so valuable to so many decks.
Oh, we saw it in that last game that the Baby Dragon pretty much rescued everything.
And even in 2v2s as well as 1v1s, when Baby Dragons, sometimes in the 2 times elixir, we see 2 Baby Dragons, and then it's unstoppable.
They're tanky, they deal splash damage.
And they have something in the front, it's over.
Yeah. If you have, like, you can use the Baby Dragon as a tank, or you can use it to support your tank.
Yeah.
It's such a versatile card, so banning it out puts, like, what would you replace the Baby Dragon with in that situation?
Well, like, Baby Dragon, we do see a lot of replacement with the Flying Machine as well as the Musketeer sometimes.
But the Flying Machine goes down to Fireball, Musketeer pretty much goes down to a Fireball.
So, you know, you're not going to get the same value, obviously, with the replacements. However, you can, you know, banning out the Baby Dragon means your opponent won't be able to use it as well. So they're forced to use a weaker or, you know, less tankier unit to replace it. So I guess, you know, if Kingzone Dragon X, they have prepped something up with the deck that could counter by not having a Baby Dragon on both sides. We'll see if they're prepped enough to go up against Dabong TV.
Yeah, this guy, Dabong TV, has taken out Jake, SB, Yakitori, Roller Piran, and Reiki Jones in King of the Hill. And this guy here, Nuri, he has beaten TNT, lost to Victor. He beat Rad, Kota, Mikamboya. He all killed Ponos. He beat Meluntin, beat Kitasian. Kitasian. And then has lost to Danny Sado and Legend. I mean, both these players have a great record in King of the Hill.
They both do, but I'm still a little bit more towards Nuri because he was able to beat TNT in 1v1, who is a great player. And you mentioned he all killed Ponos as well.
Yeah, but then we have Dabong TV. He beat Roller Piran and Yakitori. I mean, this is going to be absolute. I don't know. It's going to be absolute murder right now. So we see Nuri unread at the top of Kingzone Dragon X and Dabong TV in blue at the bottom for OP.GAMING.
So you guys heard us talk about how good they are, especially in Kingzone when not Kingzone, King of the Hill when they come out. You know, they've beaten hard counters, they've beaten very good players, high standard players. We'll see who comes out the victor here. It's just one game.
Mina gets a couple hits there. The Mega Minion does help clean that up. And there is a Lava Hound. We didn't. Oh!
Okay.
Oh, hello. Dabong TV plays his own Lava Hound, and we saw a bit of a shocked expression. And wait. What is this?
Night Witch.
Lava Hound Night Witch? I'm pretty sure he put the wrong card in.
Yeah. Okay. Lava Loon is more like it.
Yeah, but Lava
Night Witch, like.
This is interesting because those bats are going to definitely take it out eventually. There is the Mega Minion, but they do get 1 bomb drop off there. 2 bomb drops. That tower is gonzo, but the Night Witch is going to connect.
Goodness.
That is what he needed from that push.
The bats are stacking up as well. The miner in the back just for show.
Is he going to be able to finish this up? The miner now in front is going to tank all that damage for everything else here.
My gosh.
Is he going to 3-crown at this point?
Mega Minion, and he's just putting down the goblins in the back.
Is he going to 3-crown? It looks like he will. The Stabby Goblins are in. 3-3-9. My goodness, what a push from Dabong TV. Replacing the Lava Hound. Replacing the Golem with a Lava Hound. The Night Witch going to town, cleaning up the Valkyrie. And suddenly, this is looking very, very bad for Nuri. 3-3-9. Poison twice. Wins. There is the balloon.
Yeah, there we go. He's going to just force the Lava Hound to get a couple hits onto that tower, and he's going to poison it. 216 damage from that poison damage over time.
Is the balloon going to be able to do it? The Lava Pups are trying their hardest. Snowball is there, and it is over. The Lava Hound is going to finish it up. Dabong TV, what a deck here. Taking out Nuri.
Seeing that Night Witch followed by that Lava Hound, and then I saw it answered by Lava Loon. I was like, okay, that's more likely. That's more like it with the Lava Loon, right? And then the damage that the Night Witch and the Lava, oh my goodness, that was crazy.
It was a great decision for Dabong TV to let that tower go down. It had three hit points remaining. I mean, if the Princess sneezed on top of that with 3 hit points, I think it would finish. You know, look at this. I mean, it was a great choice. The Valkyrie is there to try and clean up the Night Witch, but Night Witch and Bats will always clear that up. And just look how quickly this is why Nightwitch is great. Look how much damage. And then here, the Miner actually tanking for the tower while those pups go to turn.
Yeah, the Miner was tanking both the Princess Tower and the King Tower.
Yeah, and then the Stabby Goblins come in, get it all the way down, and he just lets that Lava Hound have its day. It's not very often you see the Lava Hound take a tower. It's usually the pups. So great play there by Dabong TV. And we see Alpha now back again. Will Dabong TV be able to take game number 2 here? Or will Alpha continue his run of being, Alpha?
We'll have to see, because Dabong TV, as we saw it, he has been very successful, even for Nuri. But now that Nuri is beat Dabong TV, his success in King of the Hills, we have some, records of Dabong TV and everybody else playing, 2v2, 1v1 in King of the Hill. And his King of the Hill is like off the charts. Like, he's starting to stack up on King of the Hill games that it's like that the Microsoft Excel is not able to contain all his records.
Soon OP.GAMING's sheet is going to be 2 pages long. What is interesting is that Alpha, despite how good he is at 1v1, doesn't have the greatest record in King of the Hill. He has beaten Jack and has lost to Victor, Benzer, Tashian, and Sada.
Yeah, so he has a one win and 4 loss record on King of the Hill. So I guess in a way, for Alpha, he needs more than 1 round to kind of adjust and stuff. He's not the type to stick with 1 deck, but King of the Hill, as we know it, is just 1 game. The winner takes it all. We'll see if Alpha is able to stop Dabong TV in his tracks.
Well, we saw a lot of reverse sweeps yesterday, and we saw a sweep as well.
Yep.
Did we see a sweep? No, we didn't.
Well, it was like our first game was basically a team sweep. It was, 4-0, so it's kind of like a sweep. Not a reverse sweep.
Yeah, Spear Goblins here get a decent amount of damage, and the Royal Giant coming straight out. And there are the bats as well. There is a Dark Goblin. There is the Princess, though. That's going to clean up those bats incredibly nicely. But look how much damage that Royal Giant is getting done. Dark Goblin is great on defense, but doesn't manage to get it. Both players now bringing the Dark Goblin. So we're seeing kind of a bait and a bait hybrid, I want to say.
Yeah.
A Royal Giant spell bait deck.
With the Princess in the back and Dark Goblin to kind of play mind games. But, I wanted to point out that Alpha lost to the Royal Giant deck in his 1v1s. 2 games in a row.
Skarmy there coming down, cleaning up that barrel very, very nicely. And the Dark Goblin is just going to easily clean this up with the Princess Tower's help. And there is the Royal Giant of his own, Dabong TV, bringing this out. There's the bats and a Mega Knight. Okay, it is on. The bats and the Mega Knight do make quick work of the Royal Giant, but the Princess from the back taking out all those bats.
Look at the elixir. Dabong TV does not have too many. He had to put down that Knight over there, but the Princess on the left side does connect 2 shots.
That's fine. Look, the Princess there takes her out as well. And now we see both these players are pretty much playing identical decks here. And getting identical amounts of damage on the towers. The Spear Goblins there do get damage on the Dark Goblin as well. 1,371. There is the Princess. 2 shots from a Dark Goblin as standard. That's pretty much standard right now. So the Princess is going to get it. There are the bats coming in after that first shot to make sure she doesn't target them instantly. They do go down to the tower. 1 hit. There we go. Okay.
So we're going to get that Royal Giant once again here with the Goblin Barrel.
Okay, both players playing exactly the same deck. I do want to know if Dabong TV's last card is going to be oh, it is the Barb Barrel. Okay.
It's not identical except for, but that Mega Knight does get a lot of value. The Skill Army.
Again, defending perfectly from here, but the Princess is going to help clean all of this up. And we see the Knight here. Okay. Dark Goblin
needs to die, but he does.
He is. Okay, the Princess is there. She is not targeted.
Ooh.
The Princess didn't target the Princess. And look at another Princess now from the back. 2-3-1 on Alpha's tower. It is going down. He cannot allow any extra damage to go down. There is no big spell in Dabong TV's deck, but there is that Royal Giant. And if Royal Giant gets 1, maybe 2 hits, it's going to be over. He does get the 1. It's over. It's done. Ooh, that was so close.
That was close. Both of them had almost identical deck except for the bar barrel and the Mega Knight difference. They both had the Goblin barrel. They both had the
bar barrel actually really helped because it was a mirror match practically, as you said.
Yeah.
And it was a spellbait deck, right? It was a spellbait deck with a Royal Giant and a Mega Knight.
Yeah. But the funny thing is they were both not playing any spells.
Do you think that's a bit greedy? Mega Knight and Royal Giant? That's a little bit on the it's too greedy side.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavier.
A little bit, considerably heavier.
Yeah, it was. And Alpha did show us some great defense with the Skarmy, with the Goblin Gang, but unfortunately the Bar Barrel and the Princess was able to clean out. The Skarmy and the Goblin Gang wasn't able to make any big differences for Alpha, whereas Dabong TV, he knew that he only needed that Royal Giant to just land 1 or 2 cannons every time, and eventually he was successful in taking down that Princess Tower.
But now it is the final boss from King's Own Dragon X. It is going to be TrueFast. 4-4 in King of the Hill. He has taken out... I keep picking up the sheet with Expo Master, thinking it's King's Own Dragon X. Okay, TrueFast has taken out Dandelion. He lost to TNT. Benzer, Legend, has beaten Danny, Shinchu, Ito, and lost to Sado.
Yep.
Is he going to be able to do the nigh impossible and reverse sweep here? We saw a lot of reverse sweeps yesterday. Are we going to see more today? That is going to be the question. If anyone could do it, is this guy. He played that Elixir Collector Expo deck. And I was shocked and appalled at putting those 2 cards in the same deck. There's something in my head which goes, you do not put those 2 cards
you
together.
You already dislike the Expo deck to start with, and then he puts in that Elixir Collector. You're like, I saw you react to it when you saw it. I was like, come on.
Yeah, I do not. Even though I play Golem, I do not rate Elixir Collector whatsoever. I do not use it, and I think my deck is better for it. But, I mean, these guys can make it work.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen it
I'm
work.
pretty sure you can make an all-skeleton deck, and one of these guys can make it work.
Oh, come on.
I'm telling you. And when the cage comes in, all Goblin deck. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But anyway, is OP.GAMING gonna take the victory against King's Own Dragon X today? Is Dabong TV gonna complete the sweep, or will TrueFast start the reverse sweep? We see the Bandit and we see the Furnace down from TrueFast, which arguably means it's gonna be a P.E.K.K.A. Bridge ban, or Royal Giant, or anything else that uses Bandit, because Bandit is a ridiculously good card. And there is an Elixir Collector from Dabong TV. Excuse me? What?
Yeah, so we do see a lot of the Bandit Ram Rider.
Is this going to be a repeat? Oh, and the lightning comes down. Is this going to be the Expo deck?
No, it can't.
It's a very quick cycle.
With
the Elixir Collector, Dabong TV.
I was looking at TrueFast. I was like, no, that can't be.
That's
Expo.
a bridge. that's bridge spam at this point.
Yeah, that's gonna be just P.E.K.K.A. or Mega Knight. But we have seen players play Lava Hound with Furnace as well. Unlikely this round, but we have seen it in the past. So there's the Prince.
Drops that Elixir Collector down on the other side, so that if TrueFast is going to use a lightning, it's not going to hit the already weak tower. There's an Ewiz and a Prince charging down on the tower. There is a Bandit, and the oh my goodness!
He wanted the Bar Barrel to charge. He wanted the Bandit to charge into the Bar Barrel. It didn't.
Absolute meat grinder there at that point. But is the Bandit going to be able to get the charge?
Oh, he will.
Or
she will.
Dabong TV not particularly happy with that. It's just like, whoa, okay.
But he is getting the value out of that Elixir Collector, so soon it's going to build up.
Yeah, and look how efficiently he's spending it. We talked earlier about how weak the Elixir leaked thing is, like in terms of playstyle. But this is where it comes in. Once you have,
double.
That was
yeah, he shouldn't have put down both the Elixir Collector on the same side. But there we go, 3 Musketeer.
Well, this is a card we have not seen for a while, since it was put up to 10 elixirs, recently come back to 9, and now it makes a glorious return to Clash Royale League Asia. Is it gonna do any good against what TrueFast is offering? We'll find out. Oh, the Battle Ram doesn't connect, but the Musketeer at the back cleans out the Bandit. And Value Barrel again, but the Musketeer connects to the tower. 2, 3 hits, 18-10. Okay.
There we go. The Bandit and the Prince cancel each other out. The Ramrod on the other side. Right now, TrueFast as well as Dabong TV, they are splitting attacks.
Does get the charge.
Yeah.
720 on Dabang's bottom right TV. Oh, this is so close.
Bottom right TV is what you just said.
all right.
It was funny. It was good.
It happens, man. It happens. I realized I said it, and then I was like, did I really just say that? Anyway, 664 remains on that bottom right-hand tower. 810 on TrueFast Tower. It looks like he's in control right now, but we have seen how quickly that control can disappear, especially when you have a push like that.
Such a huge push. Dabong.
Bandit, Musketeer, Barbarian.
Oh my goodness.
There.
A sweep.
There it is. There is your sweep. Dabong TV. Look at him. Yes. He did it.
Wow.
Completely sweeps Kingzone Dragon X. TrueFast looked in control most of that game, but one push.
Wow.
One push does it. And that was incredible play there.
And, you know, I was looking at Dabong's record. He almost sweeped Talon. He beat Sake SB and lost to Master Hawk. He almost sweeped Game With. He beat Yakitori, Rollapor, and lost to KK in King of the Hill. So he always has the potential of sweeping a team. He never did it. Finally today, he makes it happen against Kingzone Dragon X.
I feel like OP.GAMING finally found a great use for Dabong TV. He is doing so well in King of the Hill.
Yeah.
It's almost scary. He never appears elsewhere. He has played 1v1, and then he's only played King of the Hills.
Yeah.
And he's doing really well.
Yeah, he is doing really well. He basically, like, you know, winning or doing well in King of the Hill is basically, you know,
winning the game for your team.
Exactly. You are doing the carry. You are the hidden player that your team brings out for that extra oomph to win that game. And Dabong TV has been doing that for OP.GAMING here.
Yeah, just to confirm today's results, blue team completely destroys red team today. Group A showing that they're not completely out of it right now. Yeah. Detonation Gaming with the shock win against Ponos. Game with beating Kicks in a very close game. Battle of the top teams there. And then OP.GAMING taking the win over Kingzone Dragon X. And Kingzone Dragon X are in a lot of trouble. Last year's World Championship semi-finalists are now sitting fifth in the table at 2-6.
Wow. And OP.GAMING winning today. They tie their record up. 4 wins and 4 losses. So even though they're not up to par with GameWith and Brent Esports, as you see on your screen, they are still
the best of the rest.
Exactly.
Best of the rest. We see GameWith and Brent Esports continue pulling away from everyone else. But OP.GAMING sitting comfortably now in that 3rd place. But Talon does have a game in hand. Can make it 3-5 and be in touching distance of OP. But look at Group B. 5-2, 5-3, 5-3, 3-4, 2-5, 2-6. Yeah. So close. But Kingzone Dragon X are now propping up the table.
Well, we'll have to see if Kingzone, as well as Detonation Gaming, who played phenomenally today, but for Kingzone Dragon X, let's hope that they will able to pick their slack up and, you know, kind of get a couple more wins, climb up that ladder, because OP.GAMING and Kingzone right now, they are not looking so good.
Yeah, well, it's not looking good for the teams who are the bottom 3, right?
Yeah.
But on both sides. But anyway, next week we're going to get Talon versus OGN Entus, Sandbox Gaming versus Fav, and Brent Esports versus Chaos Theory. That match is going to be off the hook. Oh my goodness, Brent Esports Chaos Theory on Thursday. Make sure you tune into that, because if you don't, you're missing out on what potentially could be one of the greatest matches so far.
Exactly. You guys just saw what ranks these two teams are in. They're at the top of their respective groups. These two teams finishing off that Thursday's night as the last matchup is just basically kind of like a grand finale.
Yeah, both teams have incredible players. Jai, Benza Riddell.
Yeah. Yes.
Who would you put there? I guess most of the viewers now are like Benza Riddell, obviously. But Jai has proven that he's an incredible player.
Yeah. He has. He has been. He's been improving as well. So, and Benzer, he's not undefeated this season. He has lost at least 1 game. So, there is a flaw in Benzer. Even though he probably is currently the best, he could still be beaten.
Yeah, but not to talk down to any of the other teams, but that will be the highlight on Thursday. So if you miss it, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, tonight has been fantastic. We've had some amazing games, and we'll be back with more Clash Royale League Asia Season 1 2019 action on Thursday. Thank you all, and good night. We'll see you next time.